So this is a picture of the hottest story going around today, and it has to do with prisons. So I have a couple stories that all converge on this topic. And when you think of prisons, it's probably the most exciting topic that you can think of if you ever want to have an impromptu discussion with someone. There's so many different aspects. Very hot topic. So when you think of books, I'm just about to start reading a book by Christopher Hedges, one of the great journalists of our time. And he's written a book called The Class. And it details everything about what goes on in U.S. prisons. Many, many things the average person wouldn't even think about, wouldn't know about. They get paid, but it's like pennies per hour. So they're making very little money. But yet things that they need, like phoning their relatives or asking for toothpaste, these things they have to pay top dollar for. So they end up coming out of prison in debt, which is not a good outcome. I mean, I think that's just so low. But it's all because of this for-profit prison that we now have. This is a disgrace. But anyways, the hottest story going right now is the gentleman from North Korea who was in a Chinese jail. He had been there for 11 years. Well, in the last couple of days, he escaped. And they're all aflutter, sending out rewards, looking for this guy. He only had 2 years left. Now, the hottest question is, where is he going to go? Is he so dismayed with his sentence that he's going to flee back to North Korea? Or was he scared of going back to North Korea, being deported there, that he fled and now is now on the run? Either way, he's not going to last very long. Unlike this Brian Laundrie, who spent a month almost on the run in China, you'll be picked up very much quicker. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. And then do they send him right back to North Korea? Or are they going to put him back in jail for an even longer sentence? Really interesting story. It was the top story on Weibo, but they've removed all evidence of it. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with this. When you think of movies, the greatest movie everyone always refers to, and this is Shawshank Redemption, was based on a true story, but not too strictly. But the gentleman who did escape, interestingly enough, was found, I don't know how many years later. I think maybe 30 years. I want to be safe. And I think he was put back in to serve the remainder of his sentence. Really interesting. And then a movie that I just came across when I was looking at different information that I haven't seen anywhere I can watch, but it's called Gun Hero 22, I believe, or Hero Prisoner, something like that, 22. So I hope to find it. Looked very interesting. So Prison Breaks. There's also the story of the gentleman, I think I told this before, who was in a Thai prison in Bangkok, I believe, and he escaped. You can see that movie on YouTube. Really great. He's the only man to ever have done it, and all props to him for doing it, because he wasn't really in there on a true charge. So good for him. So Prison Breaks. If you go to YouTube, there's tons of videos that you can select from to watch.